Hello everyone, welcome to week 1 core and deep dive lessons for the new game of the month for June called Catch Them Apples. Before we go ahead and begin, I'm just going to quickly go over the 3 main things that we're going to be doing, which is going to be the background, title, and tree sprite. Now you are going to receive a game setup project, so just be careful not to delete any of the sprites, not to remove any of the code, and some of the costumes have already empty costumes that have been named. Do not delete these as well. So just be careful with doing different things to it because you want to make sure that we actually are able to have everything that we need in order to do the work at hand. So to begin with, we're going to go ahead and work on our background. So to start off, we want to go ahead and click on your background sprite. You want to click on background, and you can see here the example that was mentioning to you during the beginning of this video, which are the 3 empty sprites. Each of them has a name, so you kind of have an understanding of what they'll each do. So we have a day orchard, we have a night orchard, and we have a summer. Now if you have a different theme, maybe you want to make this a Candyland themed, or a city theme. It's pretty much whatever you want to go ahead and make for it. So that part is kind of up to you. But aside from that, we're going to go ahead and begin. So I'm going to click on my rectangle tool. I'm going to remove my outline. And I just want to make my fill color something that gives me the impression that it's morning or day. So I'm going to make this blue. Next, I'm going to go ahead and create my scene. So for me, I'm going to be working on a forest essentially. So I'm going to go ahead and make my trees to start off with. I'm going to make my bushes. Again, you guys can take your time with this. I'm just going to make something simple. Once you're done, the next step that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to copy all of this and move it onto my night one. I'm going to click on paste. And then I'm going to go ahead and change this background to be a little bit more of a nighttime themed. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit darker. And if I wanted to as well, maybe I can go ahead and change some of the colors here. So maybe because this is more of a brighter one, I'm going to go ahead and change it to a little bit more of a brighter green as well. And then the night one makes everything look a little bit darker. For the summer one, all that I'm doing is I'm going to click on paste again. This time around, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and make this even lighter than before. And I'm going to go ahead and select my trees by clicking on Shift and then clicking on all the separate pieces that I have. I'm going to go ahead and just shrink them down just a little bit. And I'm going to move them up above. That way there are 2 separate pieces of trees that will happen once you actually see the way they look. So go ahead and take your time creating the different artwork for it, and then once you're done, we're going to go ahead and move on to creating the code.